I'm Richard Legina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from? Sir Doctor, it is a pleasure having you on our show.
Yes, well, I might point out, of course, that my parents were very prescient in that they named me Doctor, you see. George is my middle name. Dr. George Flightus, my given name. Fortunately, I became one. A doctor.
I see. Now, I understand that comic archaeology is a relatively new field.
Well, I debate that, Richard.
But you were the one who told me.
Joke. Ah, yes, the subverting of expectations between us, you see, for comic effect.
That's very terrific, wonderfully illuminating. Now, on to your discovery. What is this we are looking at?
Did I leave that out? Lord. This here is the McFwap core that we're about to look at, the Rosetta Stone, if you will. It actually allows us to decode all the comic jokes from this period.
Terrific. Well, this certainly is a milestone. Now, can you explain how this core discovery will allow us to understand comedy in a new way?
No, I don't think I could. I don't even know why you're asking me.
Well, can you perhaps tell us how this core was discovered?
Now?
Yes.
Well, to get through to this core, we had to drill down through many layers of genre, form, and style. This droll yet buxom technician, Carlos, is chipping away at remnants of ass.
I beg your pardon?
Scientific term, don't get excited. For what's known as the after-school special, or ASS, ASS. We chip away at the ass to get to the crap.
Crap?
Yes, earlier. Oh, now, this CRAP is comedy, realized as product. CRAP. Crap. In this age, you see, comedy ultimately only existed, Richard, when it became realized as an item for consumption. This sample was never allowed to become product, and therefore was never seen by the public.
So this McFwap crap has never seen the light of day. Let's take a look at this sample remnant of the after-school special.
Sometimes the most magical Christmas gifts aren't the ones underneath the tree.
Shut up! Just shut up! Leave me alone! You're an alcoholic and a horrible wife and a lousy mother!
Roger, it's Christmas!
When children hear more than just sleigh bells in the snow, there's only one place to turn.
Dear sweet baby Jesus up in heaven, I know Mommy and Daddy wouldn't argue so much. if I just had bigger boobs? Boobs, 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 boobs.
This Christmas, all will be revealed. It's the delightful holiday classic, New Boobs for Stephanie.
That was late period ass. Well, seeing that sample remnant of the after-school special, I can see why extinction was just around the corner.
Yes. Vast herds of ass used to roam the open airwaves. Alas, underwatched, almost to extinction. Now, unfortunately, the after-school special usually refers to a live act, illegal in most states. They say.
Is it true that this sample could reveal the very mystery of what makes funny? Or could you explain this core sample, which you call McFwap, Doctor?
Well, I don't like to call it McFwap, Doctor. I prefer to just call it McFwap, because otherwise it gets very confusing. Someone comes in McFwap, Doctor, and they're referring to a cylinder, and I go, what? You know, so how this whole sample came out was a subject of some debate. Imagine, if you will, a globe with a series of giant plates named Brian, each one representing a particular cultural style, say the ribald, coarse humor of the North American continent, or the more dry or absurd sense of humor of the British Isles.
Now, Britain is its own plate, whereas the North American plate represents a whole continent. Why is that?
Ego. In the world of comedy, these meta-boundaries can cross cultures, or like a chicken, the street. But why? Why would these humors cross the metaphorical street?
To get to the other side?
Extraordinary. Other side. I'll write that down. In the area where these two plates collide, there's great friction, producing remarkably hot comedy. And what, like most things we enjoy, well, we like them hot. Potatoes, comedy, sex, I'm told. For example, the Marianas Trench, spelled Marianus. There it is. Yes, but pronounced Marianas for the ratings. This collision produces some very shit-hot comedy. This McFlap comedy is a fusion of these two styles, making it unique and rather volatile. That's my hypothesis, I'm told, for how this McFlap sample came about.
Well, Doctor, that's ridiculous.
Precisely. You see, comedy is about the ridiculous, you know. The very core of comedy is in its whimsical buffoonery. How are you? How are you? You see, shenaniganism is the triumphant explosion of tension, released, becoming physical agitation related to laughter.
Well, sometimes I think overanalyzing humor can ruin the whole thing.
I've made a career of it. Funny.
Now, in comedy, there is the setup and then the reveal.
Exactly. Yes. And you can't have the reveal without the setup. It's rather like a stripper. There's a tension that builds, leading to the reveal. To illustrate, here's one of my favorite clips of a partially dressed, beautiful woman slinging off her naughty articles of clothing whilst rhythmically thrusting herself on a pole. Delivering these lines, the funniest lines we found in the English language. Have a look.
We interrupt this comedy program for a live press conference from the network.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, please. The joke is promised for the show is due in on an inbound flight. It will be arriving shortly. If you could all just please stand by, I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time. Yes?
Yes, Ron Spotty, Channel 8. What type of joke is it, sir?
It's a very complex joke, but one that certainly bears telling.
Mr. Henderson, Mira Montez, Irish Gazette, is the joke funny?
Is the joke funny? I'm afraid I can't answer that, as jokes rely on the element of surprise.
Mr. Henderson, will the Palestinian Peace Initiative hold?
If you could confine your questions to those regarding levity, I'd be happy to answer them at this time. In the back.
Knock, knock.
Once again, questions only relating to a joke.
How soon will the joke be making a statement, sir?
The joke will be making a statement as to the absurdity of the human condition using wordplay, punning, and hopefully some bad language. It will be right out as soon as the appropriate protocols have been satisfied.
What's the delay, sir, with the joke? Timing is everything, sir. Timing
Ladies
is
and
everything.
gentlemen, please! I have just been informed the joke is passing through our quarantine area. It is an ethnic joke. However, one of our people has apparently made friends with it.
Like an entreaty, sir.
More a sort of earnest petition.
That's an entreaty.
Print what you like.
How well do you think the joke will go over in this country?
We are currently reworking the noun-verb syntax. However, I have been assured that it shall be mirthful. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce the joke. The joke.
They're bringing out the joke now. Here is the joke.
Two peanuts were walking down the road.
Hey, now, is this part of the joke, sir?
We need the punchline!
Peanut. Peanut.
Ah.
Smiling at everything she meets. Laughter breaks out on the street. And the occasion gunshot. And you know you're going to do it, 'cause there's really nothing to it. It's a sunshine super day. Everything's okay. In the day shine super sun. She's the talisman of fun. Sunshine super day. Sunshine super day. Day shine super sun. Sunshine super day. Sunshine super day. We have ways to make you play. We have ways to make you play. Mary the dead birth along the way. And the occasional gunshot. And there's nothing you can't handle. No out brief candle. It's a sunshine super day. Everything's okay. In the day shine super sun. We're the talisman of fun.
In case you've just tuned in, an assassination attempt was made on an inbound joke. Just getting a piece of this. The joke is dead. Dead on arrival at 8:17 Eastern Standard Time at Bethesda Naval Hospital. Apparently a fatal gunshot wound to the setup. Doctors worked for several hours and were only able to muster a small grin. The joke is dead. It shall be missed. We were able to piece together portions of the joke. It reads as follows. Thank you. Two peanuts were walking down the road. I just need a moment of quiet reflection. Two peanuts were walking down the road. One was assaulted. Peanut. One was assaulted. Peanut. The irony here. The irony here is obvious. The joke is dead. It shall be missed. Courage.
Peace.
Peace, obvious. Now this.
It's a shame, really, that the joke wasn't available in the McFlap sample. The abrupt assassination of the joke before it could be announced might be part of the reason the show, the McFlap show, became extinct. The obvious desire of the males to commit suicide, despite the whimsical woman and the breezy theme song. You need a first joke to really get comedy going, you know.
Now, is there any evidence of a first joke?
Who's there? That was the first joke.
Ah, yes, the Phoenicians were the first seafaring jokesters.
It was the Egyptians, however, the pharaoh knock-knockin' comin', who completed the joke with a reply. For example, this hieroglyph here reads, knock knock, you reply.
Oh, who's there?
Iva.
Iva who?
Iva Biggin.
Listen, I have a very important business meeting today. Do you know a place I can get my balls shaved?
Augusto's House of Ball Shaving. I shavedy balls. Many years of ball shaving. I have it special. I shave one ball. You like? Come back. I shave the other. Or if you have only one ball now, you get mono ball special. Or have two with mono ball special. I shave one, but not going to touch the other. My promise.
Why you want to shave the balls? I don't need to tell you. Always 100% confidential. Very confidential. Just ask Scott Williams of 417 3rd Street, Portland, Oregon, 71280. Email scottysmoothie@aol.com. He tell you, Augusto never tell. He say always, Augusto, if I have any hairy balls, then you are going to shave them.
Oh, yes, both of them. I'm having pictures taken today.
Ah, how nice for you. For all kinds, I shave the balls. I shave the balls of Donald Cornelius.
Augusto, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Would you shave my ass?
100 times I tell you no! Will I shave your ass? Go! Get out of here! I show you ass shaving! Go! Go comb your ass with a rake is what I'm telling you! Only shave the balls. I tell her like I tell you.
What about...
No! Even if it looked like you got squirrel or something else down there, I can't even find them. I shaved them. I shaved them good. I use little ball warmers to get them out. Then I take the warmers off, and they're ready for the cutting off of the hair.
And I think you'll find that this clause here...
I'm not gonna sign this contract. Until you shave those balls.
There's a lot of balls in the world. Somebody got to shave them.
Augusto's House of Ball Shaving. Downtown 8th Street exit, next to Rufus McGonagall's House of Seared Meats.
That was an actual advert. They were all the rage. I have it on authority. Ronald!
Yeah?
Yep. Do be more careful when you're sifting through the comedy. Yeah, we had a real advert in there. We don't want that to happen. We don't want to have what happened at the with the big fuzzy bunny in the Easter Island exhibit.
All right.
All right, good, good. Keep at it. Clowns, they're cheap, but they drink. As the great Scottish poet Ian McTeague said,
A tilt of the wrist in the hands of a clown, 'twill rock your world and knock you down. Don't try to fill those large floppy shoes, 'cause you're all a bunch of great big boobs! Ah! Ah! Oh, that hurt! Oh, God!
Yes.
well, I think we filled enough time. Let's show another clip.
What?
Raxil, for the embarrassment of chapped lips. If your chapped lips cause you embarrassment, why not ask your doctor about Raxil? Some side effects include dry mouth, numbness, headache, inflammation of glands, shivering, weepiness, shortness of breath, thirst, scabbing, tender gums, discomfort in the head, infected ear and nose, bushing of the crotch, grunting, ejection of stomach contents, maudlin, webbed fingers, sudden agonizing pain, paralysis, chronic oozing, and delusional insanity. Other side effects include tremors, discharge in the mouth, all feelings of shame are lost, dwarfing of the genitals, rectal dangle, waxy yellow hue, stoppage of the heart, teeth become a little painful, uncontrollable voracity, well-known pungent odors, like beets, recount secrets of your family to perfect strangers, terrified by furniture, syphilis, black damp, staring eye, gaping mouth, assume a regal manner and give away money and valuables, irregular anal explosions, hallucinate spiders, toads, or demons on clothes or floor. Women over 16 may experience a purplish rash, take bystanders for policemen, hangmen, or obscure 19th century Gothic novelists. Convulsions, scream, quote, greedy colon, unquote. Ulcerated face, unpleasant habit of drawing one's head to the side whenever the slightest attempt is made to turn and look at something. Persistent, urgent sucking of thumb and other organs. If taken with water, additional side effects include troublesome diarrhea, largely influenced by the moon. Lips and face become livid and covered in cold sweat. Extensive bruises caused by ferrets, prone to attack by feverish banditos. With Raxil, life can feel like life again. Except for the good parts. Raxil, because life is too short to live with the embarrassment of chapped lips. Raxil.
Another advert. Clowns. Now they're toying with me. Let's try another one. Try that one again.
What?
Okay, we've got a light one here.
Talk to me, Jimmy.
This is definitely one of Finnegan's. It's just like one we disarmed in Belfast. 3 individual 1-pound packs of C4, military-grade 24-volt lead-acid battery. It's even been left in the same operational state. Segment 2 is yellow. TP6 measures plus 4 volts and the clock is stopped at 45 seconds.
Don't start making any assumptions, pal. Finnegan only has 3 basic models, but he's never built any 2 exactly the same.
You don't need to remind me about that. Thompson made that mistake in London last year.
He was one of the best.
Yeah, was.
Okay, time to head uptown. We do this by the book. Don't bump into the furniture, and the first round's on me. Is this a positive or negative ground system?
Positive ground.
How many relays?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 relays.
Say again, Jimmy.
4 relays, Big Ted.
Okay, we got a problem.
Define problem.
Finnegan's never used more than 3 relays before. We're talking about a whole new ballgame here.
All right, talk to me.
Okay, the FBI database recommends disconnecting A1 and A3, being sure to keep them isolated from the chassis.
Okay. A1 and A3. Okay, buddy. What now? We've never done it this way before.
Okay, Jim, I need to ask you a very important question.
You bet.
Why haven't you been returning my calls?
Excuse me?
I called 16 times last week. You didn't get back to me once.
Oh, that was you? Ted, you hung up on my answering machine 16 times without leaving a message. How was I supposed to know that was you?
Oh, that's right. Fall back on the most obvious excuse possible.
Ted, could we possibly shelve this discussion until later? You know, when I'm not distracted by the fact that I'm trying to disarm a bomb?
Oh, so you want to deal with it when it's convenient for you?
What are you talking about?
You and me, Jimmy. I'm talking about us.
What about us?
Don't pretend. I've seen the way you look at me. Those longing glances across the debriefing room. It's okay, pal. You don't have to be ashamed to admit that you're gay.
I'm not gay!
That's the voice of denial there, Jimmy.
I'm not gay. You can ask Barbara Sykes in Records. I've been dating her for about 2 months now.
That little tramp. All right, we're going to find out about this right now.
Ted!
Records, this is Barbara.
Hello, Barbara. This is Ted over in B&X.
Bombs and explosives? That's Jimmy's unit. Is he okay?
Well, he might not be after we get finished. Tells me you've been dating for 2 months.
Oh, yeah, but I don't see how that's any business of yours.
Listen, bitch! Jimmy loves me!
Jimmy's gay?
I'm not gay!
He's in denial.
Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening to me. Again! Jimmy, you told me we had something special and now you turned out to be gay?
I'm not gay.
I gave you my heart! Now all you want to do is give it to Ted up the ass?
Hey, can we at least have dinner first?
I'm not gay!
I always thought that thing with the push-up bra and the Black & Decker snake light was a little weird.
I'm not gay!
But I did it because I wanted to make you happy. But now I see. Now I finally see that this is just yet another symptom of a deeply rooted sickness that you're gonna have to come to grips with, Jimmy.
It's not a sickness, Barbara. He just has to come to grips with the fact that he's gay.
I'm not gay!
You can't go on treating people like mere pawns, Jimmy. Mere pawns in your never-ending game of lies and deceit.
Hey, funsters. Let's play a little game right now. It's called The Jim is Trying to Disarm a Bomb with 3 pounds of plastic explosives in it. And if he doesn't get a little cooperation sometime soon from the guy on the other end of the radio, he's gonna get blown in the Kingdom Come game!
That's right. It's always gotta be about you, huh, Jimmy?
No, it all makes sense. You're angry and confused about your sexual orientation.
I'm not gay!
So you take on one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, thereby proving to yourself that you're a real man while simultaneously seeking to hasten your own death so you never have to face up to the harsh reality of who and what you really are.
How pathetic!
Whoa, Ted. Segment 2 just went red. TP6 has jumped to plus 24 volts and the clock is running.
Yeah, I'll say the clock is running, fucko.
Say again, Jimmy.
You left your day runner at my place. All your friends on the department football team are gonna hear about this one.
Shut up, Barbara.
Say again, Jimmy.
That bastard just told me to shut up.
Shut up, Barbara. The clock is running, Ted.
Okay, locate G2.
G2, got it.
Now connect A1 to G2, being sure to keep A3 isolated.
What, me?
No, Jimmy!
A1 to G2, got it. What do I do with A3?
Well, you can just take A3 and stick it in your ear.
Stick it in your ear! Talk to me, Jimmy. Talk to me, Jimmy. I think he's dead.
Well, I guess that's it then. Pick me up at 8.
8 sharp. Dinner first, then dancing. Don't forget the strap on.
Or the Black & Decker snake light.
And now, this public service announcement.
Hello. I'd like to talk to you about a very serious problem. Indecisiveness. Indecisiveness affects us all. It is an undesirable trait that prevents us from reaching our goals and accomplishing things effectively. At least, We think so. I mean, let's face it, that is if we have to. Indecisiveness is pervasive at all levels of society. Allow me to illustrate for you the percentage of the population which is indecisive. Let's take a look at a chart. Or maybe not. No, I think we'll go back and get that chart later. If we need it, I mean if it isn't clear, although I think we're doing pretty well so far. Now, we asked people in an informal poll whether they were indecisive, and I believe the results were just about 3% said yes, I am definitely indecisive. No, probably not indecisive, at 1 or 2%, hovering around there. And nearly 96% called in to say, I don't know. Got the chart backstage. Maybe I should get that. Yes. No, actually, yes, no, wait. I'll have someone bring it out to me. There's not a lot of time on these public service announcements, usually a minute, sometimes 2, thereabouts. Hello. Oh, hello? 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 Yeah, I am on right now. Listen, could you bring out the chart on indecisiveness? Yeah, the smaller one. No? Well, I thought we decided. All right, well, bring out the larger one with the multimedia graphics. It's all blue and purple, isn't it? No? Well, all right, well, hurry. Oh, on second thought, would that be useful to have a chart on? Well, it should be there. Do I need it? Just bring it. And come down here, quickly. Dial tone. Sum up in little ways. Anyway, indecisiveness can be cured. No, controlled. Cured, actually, through behavior modification at our research facility. We are supported by your donations, so I hope you'll make up your mind to fight to stop the swelling tide of indecisiveness by sending in your donation today. For more information, write to us. Better still, call us at 1-800-WISHY-WASHY. That's 1-800-WISHY-WASHY. Thank you for your time, and good night. No! Too many letters for the number. I thought they said wishy-washy for the number. Well, try that and see what happens. Thank you. Good night. No, one more thing. No, that was my last point. I hope you'll write to us at the address I gave you and make a donation. Thank you for your time. Good night. I did mention the address, didn't I? Now, should we say something about wordplay and verbal comedy here, or should we not? No, you know what? Never mind. Doctor. Oh, Sir Doctor. Well, just Doctor. How did you come to extract this core sample of comedy?
Well, it was with the help of the U.S. Geological Comedy Survey and the Royal Bengal British Kilt Drillers.
And through their efforts, you were able to extract this so that we are able to examine this special type of comedy?
Special, yes, in the way that the Olympics can be special.
What?
The AB Nosegay Players are attempting to break the land speed record for the live performance of the dramatic play Death of a Salesman. They've chosen the relatively open flat surface of the Monsanto Theater test facility in Arizona for this attempt. Surprisingly, it is the 3rd time that this dramatic play has been attempted and the 2nd time that this group, the AB Nosegay Players, has gone for the land speed record. The first time being, of course, in Munich, 8 years ago, with the 4-minute, 17-second performance of a pantomime version of the allegorical poetic drama Faust. In that attempt, they came just a hair's breadth away from smashing that long-standing record held by the legendary German theater company Der Bundesblitzkrieg in their performance of Verreiten Sie mal Ihren dicken Heinzen. Loosely translated, move your fat ass. Well, it appears the AB Nosegay Players have a very real shot at the land speed record. Let's watch this land speed performance of Death of a Salesman.
Ready, set, curtain!
Oh, how I fervently believe in the American dream. I'm 60 years old, a beaten and discouraged salesman, nothing to show for my work. Happy, Biff?
Hello, Father.
Hello, Dad.
I've been reminiscing on happier times when your growing strength and athletic accomplishments are a source of pride to me. Allow me to speak my mind aloud.
Yes, Father, tell us how you feel.
Yes, reflect upon my listless vagabond ways.
I am. Remember Bernard?
The son of your friend?
Yes, Bernard can be the best marks in school, but when he gets into the business world, you'll be 5 times ahead of him. Thank God you're like Adonis's. Because in the business world, you must be liked, and you'll never want.
Yet unaccountably, your philosophy's not worked for either you or me.
I never told my son anything but decent things I do not understand.
Father, do not argue with me about my latest scheme to own a ranch somewhere in the West.
Your dreams are unacceptable.
Hello, Mother.
Yes, Biff?
I am going to see Bill Oliver to borrow money to go into business.
Good night, boys. Willie, it's late. Let's go to bed.
God almighty, he is off to a good start.
And with this brief obligatory suggestion of the passage of time, let's take a look at how the AB Nosegay players are doing. Our performers are looking very strong at 1 minute 17 seconds, well ahead of the West Coast Repertory Theatre Company's 4 minute 19 second run of Death of a Salesman in 1984. That performance, of course, hampered by Keanu Reeves with 47 interjections of compounded by the awkward clown costumes. However, Willie Loman, as played by Hans Abu-Mehe, the Eastern European title holder in histrionics, and Oslo last winter's in very fine form this evening. Obviously, vocal training really paying off for him, getting some fast assists from Wilson Plum and Diane von Strupp, the understudy for the role of Linda, and the hooker, and that last-minute replacement due to yet another bout of explosive diarrhea. Well, it looks like they have a very real shot at the land speed record. Let's rejoin the action the next day.
What a beautiful morning. Happy has gone to his job. Biff to speak to Bill Oliver.
Yes, sir, it is. Are you going to go to your boss in New York City and tell him to take you off the road because life is too short to be away from home?
Yes, our future pros will be happy.
I feel it changing!
Ah, here we are at Frank's Chop House.
I stole Bill Oliver's pen while waiting for him to meet me and discovered something deep and previously hidden about myself.
You must tell Dad.
Father, I must tell you of my newfound understanding of myself. Wait, you are not my mother.
I have been fired.
Ah!
Come on, Biff! I picked up 2 girls!
Hey, Biff! I'm worried about your father. He's been pottering around in the backyard and talking to his brother Ben, who's been dead for 8 months.
Mother, I am leaving and I am not coming back. I will say goodbye to my father now.
Then hang yourself for spite! Hang yourself!
No, I suddenly saw the light, the things I love. Why be something I don't want to be? I don't want to work in an office. Why should I do that? I know who I am!
But the world is open to you!
We are a dime a dozen. I am not bringing home any trophies. Stop waiting for me, too!
The Pinteresque pause! A very daring choice this late in the program. Thank you.
I am deeply moved.
That boy's gonna be magnificent. Ah, Ben, remember the past. You were so successful in land developer.
Willie, it's late! Come to bed!
Can you imagine that magnificent Biff with $20,000 in his pocket?
I found this piece of rubber tubing. I fear for father's life!
Willie's life insurance policy! And scene.
They've done it! They've done it! Yes! 2 minutes 17 seconds in land speed performance! Let's give these poor bastards a hand! Look at them, the crowds on their face! They've done it! Yes! That's drama! Well, join us next week for the first all-luge performance of The Miracle Worker. Now this.
Yes. Yes, comedy is a science, but art is not a competition.
Well, you certainly said it quicker than they did.
Now, why is it called McFlap?
What?
This core thingy.
Are you asking me out?
No.
Is this mic on?
Of course, it has been.
Oh my God. Well, some have speculated that it might be the sound of the Scottish slapstick in Gaelic, although they didn't spit as much as I did now. Relatively disease-free, no need to have that eye checked. I'd have people believe that it came from the clan McFlap, who in ancient times would have a celebratory dance. We definitely don't need that in there. Good heavens. And before the McFlaps would kill everyone, they'd tell a joke. Still others think McFlap was thus named in ancient times because, well, it would one day be easily searchable, say on the internet.
Really?
Oh yes! Yes, they tried Hot Funny Babes, found it was already taken in 1368. And it was predicted to be taken almost 2 centuries later in 1539 by Nostradamus in his haiku, "The Funny to Come." That's how he said it.
A hot mirth, mama, makes the laughter seem to come. Before I did, too.
God. Well, we cut there obviously because Nostradamus was about to make his cum dumplings in his magic seeing pot. Again.
Oh dear.
Yes, it's a rather disturbing image, rather like seeing your grandmother, spread eagle, tapping out a Morse code of ecstasy on her worn and graying nubbin. Yes, best thing you can do, take your mind off the grandma's splayed and wrinkled honey pot, is some good clean fun. Like this. There's a sort of malicious ingenuity, a subtle eroticism to this work. Take a look.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Late Night Chat. I'm your host, Pete Stoma, the smartest guy on TV. Do you know, when my staff and I began researching tonight's episode on unusual sexual fetishes, we pretty much assumed we'd seen it all. You may remember last July's segment on rubber, leather, and howdy-doody memorabilia. And who can forget the 45-year-old housewife from Racine, Wisconsin, who could only achieve climax by duct taping a large alley cat to her butt and jumping naked into a cold shower. Well, tonight's guest just goes to show that the Patent Office of Kink shouldn't be closed just yet. Good evening, Gertrude, and welcome to Late Night Chat.
Thank you, Pete. I think you're the smartest guy on TV.
Well, thank you.
And you're very sexy, too.
Okay, why don't you introduce us to your friend?
Oh, okay. This is my boyfriend, Ramon.
And for the benefit of those members of our audience who haven't guessed tonight's topic, why don't you let us in on Ramon's little secret?
Oh, okay. Ramon died about 6 months ago in a horrible traffic accident, and then I brought him back to hellish life through a combination of satanic ritual and high technology.
So your fetish is...
Necrophilia.
That's right, folks. Gertrude enjoys sex with the dead.
Well, not just any dead.
Now, what's the difference? Dead is dead, isn't it?
No, Pete, not at all.
Really?
No, you see, the subject has to have died in some sort of horrible and violent manner, thereby ensuring that the soul will wander the earth, sort of dazed and confused, long enough to perform the Sanctum Sinistrum.
The what?
It's an ancient ritual of unspeakable evil.
I see.
Yes, first you place a naked body on a wooden floor, making sure that none of the nails that hold down the wooden planks contain iron.
Now, why no iron?
Oh, boy, Pete. Iron makes demons really cranky. I tell you, the minions of hell are tough enough to deal with on an ordinary soul's midnight. But you get them around iron, and you're just asking for it.
So what then?
Then you tattoo the body with the symbols from the Necronomicon. Now, I prefer the New English Standard Version. It's easier to read for content. Then you just place the head to the south, the feet to the north, the arms to the east and the west, and you read the Sanctum Sinistrum from the 3rd book of Hecate.
And that's it?
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, the reanimated corpse usually spends the first hour or so screaming at the top of its lungs and trying to eat your brains. But after that, things kind of calm down and get down to business, so to speak.
You mean sex?
No, Pete, not yet. First, you need to install the neural interface at the base of the cerebellum. Now, this uses the Pentium 666 microprocessor. You'll find the plans for the interface and the remote in the October 1994 issue of Necromancy and Computing.
So you've installed the hardware, you've performed the evil ritual, then what?
Well, then you just put the pedal to the metal and you get ready to rock.
You know, Gertrude, I don't believe we've heard how the two of you met.
Oh, we met at a funeral.
Really, friend or family?
Ramon! Funerals are a great place to cruise for cute boys.
Only in this case, the cute boys were in the boxes, not in the pews.
You're so funny, Pete. Isn't he funny, Ramon?
Well, that's about all we have time for. I'd like to thank Gertrude and Ramon for sharing their unusual, fascinating, and twisted relationship with all of us here on Late Night Chat. Until next time, I'm your host, Pete Stoma, saying good night.
Go! Put him in the special pants!
violence and comedy have been linked for a long time.
Comedy makes the violence inherent in living more palatable.
Well, how so?
Let's have a look at history.
Bleeding?
Not that history. Good Lord. Thank goodness.
Oh.
Now, of course, Hitler was also predicted in 1540 by Nostradamus as well.
I'm coming, just coming, just... I can see everyone's future, but my own. Oh.
Smiling at everything she needs. Laughter breaks out on the street. And the occasional gunshot. And you know you're going to do it, 'cause there's really nothing to it. It's a sunshine super day. Everything's okay. In the day shine super sun. She's the talisman of fun. Sunshine super day. Sunshine super day. Day shine super sun. Sunshine super day. We have ways to make you play. We have ways to make you play. Mary the Templar along the way. And the occasional gunshot. And there's nothing you can't handle. No out breed candle. It's a sunshine super day. Everything's okay. In the day shine super sun. We're the talisman of fun.
Oh God,